Welcome to Behind the Mirror podcast. Thank you for liking, listening and subscribing. I'm Lisa.
Hi, I'm Laura.
And today's guest, we have Laura, our Legally Blonde expert.
Hello.
Laura is an associate solicitor who is here to answer all our celebrity legal questions as well as any hair industry questions. And we have client submitted questions because obviously we hear all the drama all day from behind the chair. So we hear everything from divorces, client contact issues, to buying a house, absolutely everything. So if you've got any future questions for Laura, she's here for it. So welcome, Laura.
Thanks for
I am
having me.
loving the outfit.
Thank you very
Absolutely
much.
loving it.
I should also mention, like, Laura's my best friend in actual life. So we went to law school together. So when she said to me, what should I wear? I was like, Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
I think
Legally
I
Blonde.
nailed it.
You did
I think
nail
I've
it.
nailed
You got the
base.
spec and you got it right.
Yep. This is not the court suit. I do have 3 other pink suits. This is, just the spare.
Laura
But
has
yeah.
actually
This
gone
is
to
the
court in
podcast
pink
one.
suits.
Love
yeah,
it.
it's
Love
kind
that.
of my thing. I don't know whether I wanted to place myself in that category, but I have, so here we are.
Celebrity expert. Well, you are
Yes.
you're the kind of guru that seems to know all about the most mental
Reality
stuff. Yeah.
telly and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I suppose people think that we're lawyers, so we're boring, and we talk about the law all the time. And I suppose to a degree we probably do. But what you don't get is the chat down the side of the courtroom. You don't get the canteen chat, and I can tell you it's not very highbrow.
But that's like you're still a human being, though, aren't you? Like, that isn't just your role. Like, obviously.
Absolutely. And honestly, the amount of times that I talk about shoes and then the male solicitor will be like, oh, I cannot get involved in this conversation again. But you can tell the solicitors, who are dads, because they're like, oh, yes, Kirk Geiger, yes, we want 3 pairs of those. And I'm like, love that.
Yeah.
So it's quite good. It is good. But yeah, no, everybody thinks that we talk about a lot of, just like, politics and,
The serious stuff.
Yeah, and I suppose, there is a time and a place for being serious. I, however, not so serious.
No.
No, I'm not.
Laura used to be a nail tech as well. So she is very familiar with our industry.
Do you know what I
very
love
much
about
so.
that, right? I love how, because you've obviously done the law and then you're a hairdresser and you've got the nail tech. I love how, because they're completely different careers and people would never think that somebody would do the both of them.
No.
And I think it's so stereotyped, like for the same thing, like people think the opposite of hairdressers and nail techs, like it's all airy-fairy and nobody's got a brain and, and I actually love that the two of those are together because it just squashes all stereotypes of both.
Absolutely.
I get that quite a lot. We've spoken about this because
Yeah.
obviously I've got 3 degrees. I've got 3 in law. I got I fully qualified. I have a practicing certificate. So like, it's meant because people go like, why'd you leave law to be a hairdresser? Because people can't get their head round like why you would want to be classed as a sort of bimbo. And there's so much to it, more to it. But can you imagine boxing my personality in a courtroom? I was just never built for that life.
I still think you would make a fabulous criminal solicitor.
I mean, no, because I don't think I could cope with the people. I think that's where I would fall. Because I'd be
Okay.
like, you did what? With who? Oh,
Yeah,
my
my
face disgusting.
See, my face has got
subtitles.
subtitles. Like, absolutely, my face has subtitles, and I'm like,
You're really good at like acting it out, but you also speak fluent Ned.
I do, yes.
So Laura is from Kilmarnock, and they have sometimes got quite prominent Scottish accents.
Yeah.
Quite strong.
And like, they'll say things, and she's like, and I'm like,
See, I used to work
It's a
with a
different
solicitor.
language.
Absolutely, I used to work with a solicitor who now doesn't work within our jurisdiction. But she would often send me like the Scot Squad, like Ned interpreter. And I'm like, I can actually understand half of that.
I know. What was that? Wait a minute. Was that chewing the fat like interpreting for the Neds is Rabbi McClunchy?
It was something like that, and it's so funny. And I get it often, and I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's good fun.
You've been looking at some of the hair industry. Legal stuff.
Yep.
One of the main questions that we had, because so we both know the answer, but it always sounds better, and it's confirmed by a practicing solicitor just now. What is the discussion and the legality of someone getting a hair colour? What age do you need to be?
So this is it's quite a difficult one because it really does depend on your public liability insurance, like what age are you insured to cut hair on or colour hair on, or perm, which is a big one, manufacturer guidelines for the products that you use. All of these things have to be taken into consideration. You as the parent, you're taking your child to a salon, so kind of just use your brain. I mean, I suppose if you're taking a 14-year-old in, you have to consider, their scalp and, the smell of it and all these kind of things. So legally speaking, there isn't an age limit. I could take my 8-year-old, I could bring my 8-year-old in and be like, hi, can you perm her hair? I mean, that would never, ever happen. And her hair would be like out here. But theoretically, I could. It's whether or not you would feel comfortable with that and whether or not your public liability insurance would allow you to do it.
Yeah.
The manufacturers, though, as well, will set limits. So, for example, they will say not to be used on anyone under the age of 16, 18.
And
whatever.
that's them covering themselves
absolutely.
from the legal
Absolutely.
side. But what you choose to do with that
is your own. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm quite clued up on obviously, so Goldwell, who we both use, they recommend nothing under the age of 18.
Yeah.
And it then becomes at our discretion. So my personal rule in the salon is that I'll do you foils that don't touch the scalp.
Yeah.
As a very low level balayage. I'm not making you a platinum blonde. I'm not going to be damaging your hair. It's low and slow. Yeah. It's sun-kissed. Yeah. That's my rule. I also have a rule where I will only do under a certain age twice a year. One, because I don't want to damage their hair. And by that, I mean most. Like the mum might choose just to get it as a one-off.
Yeah.
I don't want to damage your hair. And two, no offence, right, but I don't want 9-year-olds chat all day, every day.
No, I know.
No.
So, I think that's a good one, though, because so many folk will comment on posts and be like, it's illegal to do an under 16-year-old's hair. And it's actually not illegal. It's just at your own discretion and whether you want to work with no insurance.
Absolutely. But the thing is, most people should have public liability insurance. I mean, it's not mandatory in the UK, but it's absolutely essential if you ask me. Because, I mean, you are bringing people in off the street, day in, day out. You're meeting people from all walks of life, and what happens if something bad happens in the salon? How are you covering your legal costs?
I think that's amazing that some people don't have it. Like, I just think... And it's not a question actually probably a lot of people ask their stylist either. Like, have you got insurance? Like, so you're protecting them and you at that point.
Also, like, right, because I saw a thing on a forum where a woman had dropped bleach on a Gucci bag that was legitimate. I mean, they're like, what, 7,000, 8,000?
Yeah.
If you don't have insurance and someone says, well, you now need to buy me a new bag because you've dropped bleach on my bag. That's an expensive day if you don't have it. Can you imagine it's vintage or something and they don't make it anymore?
Oh, I'd die.
I'd be contacting like Gucci, or obviously like Jasper Conran and stuff, like amazing designers. You'd be like, Jasper, please, make me that bag. I've had a really terrible day in the salon. You've no idea. I've dropped bleach.
But you're joking. But it's a potential. It can happen.
Same as someone slipping if they go to the toilet and they break their neck and they're out of their work for 6 months.
Yep.
And it's not your client trying to be difficult.
No.
It's like them saying, like, I can't work. No. Can your insurance cover me? Also, I don't have any.
Yeah. But there's an expectation now, no matter where you go, you expect to be compensated, where there's blame, there's a claim, name
That's
that
a
term.
bit like it's came over from America.
Absolutely.
There's like a lot of that now, isn't it? A different mindset.
Yeah, and people do have that mindset and it's about protecting yourself, about those unforeseen things that can happen.
So we got a question through from a salon who would like to remain anonymous.
Okay.
For you today.
Okay.
I've not actually asked you already, so it's just going to put you on the spot a wee bit, but also because I kind of wanted your reaction and you don't know it.
No, I don't.
Okay.
So I'm not going to read it out either.
Can I drink my tea first before I spit it out?
It might become obvious. So they said they had a curvy and voluptuous client who sat in the seat and the seat broke, who is liable for the breaking of the seat, and what do they do?
Oh. Well, unfortunately for the salon who has emailed in anonymously, that's a you problem, quite frankly. Their public liability insurance should cover that. If they have it, if they don't, then they're paying for that. The voluptuous person who may or may not have injured
There was
themselves.
some word, and see when I saw it and I was like, God, they've tried to be really eloquent there.
I was going to say that's totally PC. And
I think they've ChatGPT'd that.
Yeah.
Like, how do I ask this legal question? But like, I know, because the thing is, actually, right, because I was thinking about this, God, salon chairs are built to be pretty robust. How voluptuous was the client?
Person,
But I fell through a garden chair once. And I ended up like an envelope with my legs in the air and arms because the sun had been beaten down on it and it just withered the material in there. There I was, legs in the air like Santa out a chimney.
But surely the salon chair was made with steel. You would,
I've never said you would hope, but like I suppose if the client's been of a
might have been a faulty chair.
Way, I might have been, but like it really, it'd be a worst nightmare as a stylist and a client for you to fall off of the chair and it break.
Was the person injured? Do we know? No.
Didn't say anything about injury. It just said, like, should they be buying the chair?
Spot the lawyer with the heart.
I know.
I know.
We're just letting this a claim. Call 99.
So funny. Well, I mean, if that person was hurt, you know, if they are listening, they can, you know, seek legal remedy, really.
So what would happen at that point if you didn't have any insurance, like as a salon, and then they tried to sue you for injury?
Well, it's negligence at the end of the
Right.
day. So, you know, it's like you probably, you're paying for that,
I feel like if you're the client, the voluptuous client, you're probably going to be quite mortified. I mean, that's a horrible thing to happen.
Well.
So I don't think you'd want to stand in court and say, I was so big that I
broke the chair. If that's not going to make you
Yeah, but the thing is, if
then.
but if they've hurt themselves and they then can't work,
Yeah.
then what do?
Yeah.
You don't really have another option, really. You
You're going to
know.
have roots for a while.
Well,
Shame.
See, when it came through and I was like, because they're so sturdy.
Yep.
Chairs are so sturdy. So they must have just got rubbish chairs or something, because I mean, how
laughing is not funny. It's not funny.
big would you need to be for that to break? Like,
That's a shame.
so it's a,
Or is it just been maybe like an older chair? Like, because obviously it's a lot to kit out a salon.
World
so
War
if you're
II
buying
chair.
something second hand, then there's not, maybe the chair's already been broken and fixed.
yeah, maybe.
So,
Maybe.
who knows?
Anyway, so that was our legal question from...
There's a lot more to that situation.
we could
Phone a
go on
lawyer.
all day about
Take legal
voluptuous
advice.
clients and chair breakages. But so you obviously are very clued up on the celebrity world.
Yes.
That's your bag.
Yes. So obviously I can't share with you guys, you know, my client stories because they are all protected. And I wouldn't want to bore you
Wee
with
Jimmy's in the
those.
jail.
Wee Jimmy's in the jail. But I mean, yeah, let's not go there. I love a bit of celebrity drama. Have you guys seen the Sean Combs documentary?
No, I've not. And do you know,
My word.
I really wanted to watch it, but Chris wasn't too keen. He's like, I can't be bothered. So it's on my to-do list. But
Nah.
I've seen a few things, people, like, I've read about the 50 Cent thing.
So
Yeah.
I
It is
obviously
so good.
I've watched, it's 4 episodes long,
Yes.
having a baby in the middle of thing,
Yep.
like, it was never happening. I've watched bits. I'll be honest, like, I'm not really that into the
Yep.
rap world, so I found it a hard watch because it was like, who? What? Who? Oh, Mary J. Blige, I know her. What? What did he do? Who did he shoot?
No, see, I
Like,
know
so-
a lot about the people that are in it.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't. So,
Yeah.
summarise for us.
Right,
For the
so-
people like me that are a bit like, what?
Yeah.
What happened?
Summary. So 20-year feud, P. Diddy and Dr. Dre, you know, they get into this kind of feud over, you know, East Side, West Side, all this kind of stuff. Anyway, long story short, P. Diddy is charged with, you know, sex trafficking and all these different things. You've seen Cassie in the paper and, you know, domestic violence and all this kind of stuff. A whole situation, a whole legal situation.
It's to do with his parties and things, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so they had like the freak-offs,
Yeah.
the white parties, there's a whole
Yeah.
background. Anyway, 50 Cent, right, purchases or is said to have purchased the footage that was filmed by P. Diddy's videographer, like in the days leading up to his arrest in September last year.
So P. Diddy had actually hired the videographer to make the film.
No, not for the purposes that 50 Cent helped produce,
Right.
but he had. I presume he wanted to make his own documentary. You know, I'm not a guilty man, and you know, here's what
That's what I
demonstrates
heard,
that.
that he got it so that then he could release it afterwards.
Yes,
But
then obviously went a bit
because he
rogue.
lost, then he's not had the money to pay,
pay
for
for
it.
it.
So basically it was up for
50
grabs.
Cent.
Oh, so it was all right.
50
So he
Cent.
never, because I was going to
Nah.
say, how did he
So-
buy someone else's footage?
he
Because
swooped
he never
in.
paid it.
No, he swooped in, purchased it. This guy, I swear to God, right, it's a whole new level of petty that is now unlocked in my brain.
Yeah.
So see when people say, how angry are you, or how angry are you going to be? Key 50 Cent, that's how angry I'm going to be from now on. Like,
Wait
this-
12
How
years.
genius is that though?
Oh.
So he's got all the footage that
Yep.
he was wanting to use.
Yeah, creates this
And
documentary.
he can't say it's fake or it's put across wrong. I know.
But I then fell into the rabbit hole because obviously, as you do, you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, everybody's talking about it, everybody's chiming in on it. You know, Justin Bieber's apparently had his say, Dr. Dre's had his say, Eminem's, everybody has had their say. And 50 Cent's been really, really clever about it, apparently. You know, he's gone and he spoke to all the, you know, the people that have given their account of what happened. He's spoken to their legal teams and, you know, everything he's put out there, he said, is factual. So he's really covered his backside. I mean, this is not revenge. This is absolute strategy, and I can get behind it.
Love that.
Honestly, it's so good. It's so good. So if you haven't seen it, highly recommend.
It's a long time to wait for revenge, though, isn't it? But I mean, he's kind of
but
nailed
karma's
it.
good.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
That is karma, isn't it?
Oh, it's so good.
The problem is though that he's not been given like a life sentence or anything though, has he?
No, yeah, so he was convicted of, in the American terminology, 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. I'm probably getting that wrong. But basically what that means is he was, bringing people over state line for the purposes of prostitution. So he only got 50 months, which has been backdated, which
That's
is
not
horrific.
I think that's so wrong.
I don't know if you followed any of the trial, like with Cassie, Ventura.
I did actually, I did watch quite a lot of that, and that's where most of it I know about, like kind of what, and then from what I've read. But
what I couldn't get is, so obviously everybody's seen the footage where he's not pulling her by the hair, I think he's pulling her by the back of the jumper, and she's like on her back, and he's pulling her like through the hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Why on earth has that man not been done with domestic violence?
I know.
It wasn't even on like the charges.
I'm so surprised though, because you always
Unreal.
imagine the American courts are so like you do not mess with them. It's usually like our side of things that you think, God, the legal government here. But
50 months.
4
years, backdated.
I know it's nothing, is it? Really?
Should have had you as his lawyer.
I know.
She's gone silent there because she's like, yeah, I'm a criminal lawyer as well.
I do. I mean, he was always going to get done with something. It's just what they could prove and if there was enough to corroborate it. But I think he's very, very lucky.
I think thing is now, like his career's done really, isn't it? I think.
Well,
do you think something will come out of that?
I don't know. I mean, he might try and do I've been saved, or I don't know, he'll do something. But I think it absolutely demonstrates, when people have that much power and it goes unchecked.
Yeah. How far they can run with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if he reinvented himself as a they and then come out as like a different gender or something and decided to just be a whole new, Jesus has saved me and I'm now born again. And
but look at Kanye West. That's like
he's Ye, is he not? Ye.
Yeah.
He's a Ye.
Yeah. No, that's his name, Kanye Ye West.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you were going to say, I was like, what is a Ye?
Apparently, was it not Kanye's his slave name or something? He'd come out and said, that's a whole other situation.
He's another nutter.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't think we're going to be having dinner with him anytime soon. I think you're all right. But like, what?
It's not on the Christmas card list.
Yeah, it's so mental. Like, the world is actually mental. I mean, and then people call, like Elon Musk calls him his child, like, X exclamation mark YLKQ, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's a noise.
Absolutely.
You've called your child a noise.
But Elon Musk's apparently like weighed in on X about this whole situation. Marlon Wayans, however you say it, he's come on and basically said, oh no, you're kicking a man while he's down. Mate, he's just got done with prostitution charges. Are you kidding on? Which
was really the least of his worries by the sounds of things. I mean, he's gotten away quite lately.
I've seen pictures of him recently, like, just like online and stuff, and his hair has gone so grey.
Yeah, I never recognised him. I thought, oh my God, he
who's his hairdresser? But then they let him down.
It makes you wonder though, like maybe he was colouring his hair.
Let's get some Just for Men sent to that in prison.
Do you think we could get them to
That's probably
sponsor
why.
him?
I don't think he's there's no chance he's just naturally went grey just in that time scale.
It's bad.
Do you know, like, obviously Just for Men, just a fun fact on Just for Men, like, because I always wondered why, like, guys tend to use that and don't go to the salon. It's because their hair grows so quick, they would be in all the time. But it's like a really unique formulation that's pigmented for men's colour.
That's
like
right.
to tone.
I just thought it was like a man's box eye.
It kind of is, but
the thing with men's hair colour is it's really ash. So Goldwell will do like a men's colour range called Reshade.
Right.
And they're all like CAs. That's where I first heard of like 8 CA. So there's 7 CA, 8 CA, and then there's another one as well, I can't remember. But they're almost so ashy that they're tinged with like a wee touch of blue. Some of them
like
go
greeny.
a bit greeny.
Right.
But if you leave them on, they work really well because it's like, if almost permanent hair colour has warmth in it somewhere, or it fades warm. And that's but I think that's Just for Men. It's the same idea. They're like, it would look muddy on a woman.
are they allowed to call it Just for Men?
Oh, I don't know actually.
Oh,
Good.
controversial.
Because of, I mean,
But we're not allowed to call it men's haircut.
Just
It's going to be just for you.
Just for people, don't use it on your dog.
I know.
But some people don't identify as a people.
I know. Have you had any clients like that? Like cats?
No, what I have found though is in the criminal courts, which can be quite confusing. So we get obviously the person's charges and then you get a summary of the evidence of what they're alleged to have done. And if it's someone who identifies as a they, them, the summary of evidence will say they went to the park as an example. And you're like, it's only one person. Is there more than one person? And it can be quite confusing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, right, okay, no, it's because that's how they identify. But they don't obviously make that clear. So, you're getting that red tear a bit like, oh.
Yeah, and even for the jury at that point as well could be quite confusing.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is what it is. It's the world we live in, and we're just going to have to adapt. We're going to have to just learn to, be respectful and do what we have to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely.
So the other legal case, obviously, it's a wee bit dated now, but I followed this one way better than the Diddy Puff thing because I was like, oh my God, who are you? What have you done? Johnny Depp.
Love that.
I have a crush on Johnny
I watched
Depp.
all of that. That was
handsome.
good.
Isn't he? I think he's also, I feel like he'd be a really nice person. Not that I'm the best judge of character on this scale, but I feel like he came over really well.
He did come across well.
Yeah.
I think
he's got the bad
he'd be
boy
a really
image.
great guy.
Yeah.
And he's very sexy. He's my shouldn't but would this week.
Yeah.
Bring Johnny Depp back.
I knew that remember, because you showed me somebody that you thought was hot and I thought he looked like Johnny Depp, so I knew that was like your type of person. Too rough around
Rudd,
edges,
was it?
too rugged.
Yeah. So the thing
You
is,
like
though,
that
but it's actually
thing.
technically not my type of person because I'm eclectic. My past has shown a lot of type of people.
I wouldn't say that you have a physical type. It's more of a
Personality
mental type.
It depends on what way we're swinging. But anyway,
move.
so moving swiftly on from my past, because it's not that would be a really long episode, and I think we would actually be on Jeremy Kyle or something. I don't know, like
They should bring back Jeremy Kyle.
Judge
I would
Judy.
love that.
no, I didn't even know he was cancelled.
Oh, really?
I really don't keep
see,
in
there was
touch
all
with
kind of
these
legal
things.
drama in the background there as well. Yeah, everybody's getting in
Somebody
on the action.
died.
Yeah, there was.
And Jeremy Kyle.
Yeah, there was a thing. Was it not something to do with one of the producing team had given some bad advice, and the person then
It's like a mental health thing,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
yeah, and it was like literally on telly one day and off the next. Like it was really swift.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Legal drama, right? So Johnny Depp,
Yes.
weigh
love
in
him.
on that for us. I love his hair.
What, like the Amber
Yeah,
Heard?
I
thing?
think Amber. I think it was a credibility thing. I didn't think she came across very well at all.
Wait a minute.
And
Do you not think that looked really good?
I mean,
Watching that court, and I was like, oh, come on. We're not looking for an Oscar, but what
It
are
was
you
bad.
doing?
I know.
Yeah, no, I don't think she came across very well. I think she probably let that go much further than it should have. And he played it well.
Did you ever watch? I think it's hilarious, right? Because did you watch the transcript and the lawyer would be asking him something, he'd go, sorry, what's the question? Because it would be like two all over the place.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've answered that question.
I think he's really clever.
I think
though.
his
I think
whole
that's
team
the
are
thing.
really good as well, though.
Yeah.
I think they'd said to him, like, answer the question you're asked, and if you don't understand what the question is, ask them to repeat it.
But he kept saying, like, I've already told you. I was very drunk that night. And it was like, the lawyer was like, yeah, but you know, you blah, blah, blah. The outtakes for that, if anyone's watching, like listening to us right now and they're looking for something hilarious, Johnny Depp was, because he's so sarcastic, but literal and truthful. So it was like, I've answered you.
People like that though. People
Yeah.
don't like people to like create, you know, anything other than like that sort of real person.
Yeah.
And so if they think that they know him,
Absolutely.
then I think that's probably
It's
what
like
wins
a
it for you.
relatability to someone.
Definitely.
You
Like
know
you're
what?
a normal person.
Yeah.
Like, because at home you're sitting going, I don't understand what they mean
Where's
by
that
that
mega
either.
pint?
Yeah.
Talking about, I get a mega pint.
So good.
Forgot about that. Talking about like levels of pettiness that obviously P. Diddy, Puff, whatever is.
Yes.
Because why has he got 5 names as well? It's excessive.
Well, he was Puff Daddy, and then he was Puffy, and then he was Sean Puffy Combs or Sean Diddy Combs or Sean, I don't know, he's a man
and then
with
they were
12
just
names.
calling him Puff
And
in
then
the
he was
thing.
P.
and I was
Diddy and now he's just Diddy, I think.
Right, too many names.
He is a Diddy.
Hey. Too many names, absolutely ridiculous. Just call yourself one
Yeah.
name. Sean was good. Your mum gave you it. That worked well.
Yeah.
Like, just leave it at that.
Well, that's his whole brand is Sean John, isn't it? The whole designer.
Oh, has he got a design? See, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know his name.
He's got enough
personally.
money,
Oh,
he's got
you're so
Because
everything.
he's got 20 names, nobody cares. So, but obviously the level of pettiness, about 50 Cent
Yes.
waiting 12 years, buying the camera.
Yes.
Did we not love the fact that Johnny Depp just refused to look at Amber Heard?
Yeah.
That actually like made my, he was like, you know, she was like, he won't even look, I believe he won't look at you. No. And he was just sat like this, looking down. That is another level of pettiness I can get on board with. Like,
Absolutely.
good for you. Like, because you can't control much that's happening right now.
No.
She's abused you.
Yep.
Like, and the only thing you can control is the fact that she wants you to look at her and you're not going to give her that satisfaction.
Nope.
Loved it. Loved that.
Do we ever hear from her now?
I think she
What's
went
happened?
on to, does she not live in the UK? I
don't
could
know.
be wrong.
I thought she went to Australia or something.
Oh,
No
maybe
idea.
it was Australia.
Yeah.
Talking of
People
Australia,
did not like her though.
Bonnie Blue has just been charged in Bali.
Yeah,
and
seen that.
So she's banned in
Yes.
Australia.
She's been
she's-
deported from Bali.
Has she been deported?
Yeah.
Because she was looking at 10 years apparently, because obviously she was filming adult
Had in
content.
her team.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been deported for this bus.
The bus was breaking the rules, the team was breaking the rules, and you're not allowed to make adult content in Bali.
Mm-hmm.
But then we see this all the time. Like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
So all these people that like go abroad and drug smuggle in countries where it is taken very seriously, like Dubai.
Yep.
Like, look at that hairstylist right now that's in Dubai. She's been given however many years, and the mum's like, oh, she needs out. Well,
I think she got life.
did
Yeah.
she?
I think so, but actually, I think she's now home. I think they've managed to resolve
the
it. And,
UK have managed it.
I've not really followed it, but I think obviously the UK consulate must have got involved, and you know, she's one of
hate
ours, so
that,
you
I
know,
know.
send her back and we'll deal with it, kind of thing. But
We'll give her a
yeah.
slap in the wrist and put her on a community service order, and then
But I think
First
she was given
offence.
life.
I know
And it was-
that'll
she
cost
just-
our government
I know.
however much in tax money, and then I don't do it again, babe. It's really frustrating though, because if you're going to be that guy and you're going to play with the law, like, don't cry poor me when it bites you in the bum.
I'm sure she was a law student as well.
Yeah, she was, I think. Yeah, that's
I
right.
think she wanted to study to be a
Yeah.
lawyer.
She wasn't getting straight A's, was she? Because who's
never
going
seen a
to
university
country that has
transcript.
a no drug policy and taking drugs? If you're that stupid, then and you're studying law, come on.
I know.
It's a
Can't
silly,
believe I just
silly
said
mistake.
on a podcast, but I've done it.
I tell you like to do
done it.
that now.
Let's all
I don't
join
feel
in.
like to do that. It's a good look.
Chewing the fat.
I know.
Laura's now left. We've had a short break, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens in the Christmas season when you've got a salon and lots of people. She's had to go and get a salon emergency. Salon's absolutely heaving, so it's just the two of us. I love it. Both Legally Blonde.
Yes, I love that.
Wow. Right, we're talking about names and how Sean's got 10 of them.
Yes.
Puff, Diddy, Daddy, whatever.
Whatever his name is.
Him, he who's in jail. One of the questions that we got asked, so when we've been asking clients as well for legal problems, because we're hoping to get you on as a kind of regular and give a couple of top tips, free legal advice for our listeners generically.
Yep.
Is it possible to change the name on a birth certificate if the father's not involved?
Yes, is the answer. It is possible. Everything with the law is never straightforward, so it is quite circumstantial. So, say you have the birth certificate, say there is no dad on it at all, so that person has no parental responsibilities, they have no parental rights. You have the final say, so you can do what you like. You can change your child's name, do a Phoebe Buffet and call yourself, Banana Hammock or whatever you want, right? Like, you do you.
Love that.
Slightly trickier if dad is named on the birth certificate and obviously dad has those rights and responsibilities. You need his permission regardless of how involved he is.
So what if he doesn't give it?
You have to go to court, unfortunately. You can get what's called a specific issue order. So you can, apply to the court and say, I require a specific issue order, tongue twister, for a change of name, and you would then have to justify to the court as to why you wanted to change your child's name, surname, whatever. There's loads of reasons why people might want to do that. But yeah, it's very circumstantial. So it really depends on your circumstances and whether or not the other parent is consenting, quite frankly. You guys must get so many questions though, because you will hear everybody's problems.
Yeah, and obviously sometimes it ranges from like I say at the beginning of the episode, we are there from them buying a new house, getting married, and then you obviously look at things like, I think maybe because of my slight legal background, I'm like, have you got a prenup? Because a divorce is expensive and it's messy and it doesn't really matter which way you spin it. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you stress. And I think there's such a stigma with things like prenup because it's like, oh no, but I love him and he loves me. Aye, but see in 8 years' time, Julie, he might not.
Yeah.
And he might be sleeping with Christy down the road.
See, and that's the
You
thing.
just don't know.
People get married and think, oh, it's all about the love and the romance. And to a degree it is, and that's really lovely and it's nice to have that sentiment. But realistically, it's a financial commitment.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So
I'm also obviously a little bit more cynical in regards to this situation because I think like you actually can never really know. You cannot ever 100% know what lies ahead of you.
No.
And you know, you are legally contracting yourself to a person. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to do that, they should also be willing to do the legal prenup that protects your business, protects your assets, protects whatever it is that you had before you met them. And if they love you, my opinion is, they would be happy to sign that.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like, well, listen, I don't ever plan on leaving you, so I don't ever plan on using this. But I want to respect the fact that you have a salon, a house, whatever, before you met me, and I'm not just about to marry you for your money.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you do prenups?
they are becoming increasingly common.
So if anyone needs one, we will drop the link below and you can let Laura's firm know.
Yeah, we can perhaps hook you up with said contract. It's something that's becoming increasingly common. People want to protect their assets right from the get-go, and they should. And I suppose as well, you know, you enter into marriage, you think we're never ever going to separate, we're going to love each other forever, and I hope that that's the case. However, if it does all break down and it's not, you know, not a good situation, you are protecting yourself right from the get-go.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something you should do.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. It's not very romantic though. You know,
Not a great day, but then just spin it on a different
pick your
way.
wedding
Listen,
DJ
we're gonna
and
go,
sign your prenup on the same
we're
day.
going to go get the prenup done out the way, but then let's go for some cocktails afterwards.
Yeah.
Cheers to not screwing each other over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you seen All's Fair?
No.
On Disney Plus?
No.
So it's the new Kim Kardashian legal drama.
Oh, I'm actually hopeless. Like, I even got the name wrong when we were talking about the lawyer and her family. I thought it was the one that changed identity.
No,
I mean, I'm absolutely
so
hopeless
her
at knowing who people are.
her dad was Robert Kardashian.
I thought her dad was Caitlyn.
No, that's her stepdad. That's her sister's dad.
Right, so this is why it was confusing me. I was getting it all
No,
wrong. Anyway, I apologise.
So their new legal drama, there is a couple of episodes where they're talking about a prenup, and you know, not to be, you know, spoiler alert for anyone. However, there is a situation whereby, you know, the husband or the husband to be is basically proposing that there should be a prenup, and the lawyer, who's the female, is saying, oh, I don't know if I really want that. And you're like, yes you do, you absolutely do. And it's all just fun and games. Good watch, really enjoyed it. Don't think it got very good reviews on the whole Rotten Tomatoes thing. However, I quite enjoyed it.
Okay.
I binged it.
You do love a series.
I do like
and
a
you love
series.
keeping in touch with your celebrity juicy
do.
gossip.
I like a bit of just a reality TV. I think because you know yourself, dealing with other or hearing other people's problems all day, every day is heavy, and you take it home with you as much as you say, "Oh no, I won't," but you do. It's unavoidable. You can't just close that down. So yeah, I like to watch crap on the telly to
Yours
unwind.
will be worse than like ours because obviously we hear a much more eclectic range of either highs, lows, middles, whatever. Whereas yours is really serious. You know, like you're hearing pretty grim details all day, every day, and that is heavy.
Yeah, can be. And I think as well, I suppose the other solicitors that I sort of, you know, surround myself with on a daily basis, I think we're all kind of trauma bonded because we all sort of like discuss things and say, well, you know, this happened or that happened, or, you know, and it's a way of, you know, it's like therapy.
Yeah.
Because you have to get it out. You have to break that down and get it out of your head, otherwise it'll just consume you.
Would you ever go back to the hair and beauty world? Because obviously you're a nail tech.
Oh, yeah, I was a nail tech. That's how I paid for all my books.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. I mean, I think...
Like, can you imagine doing someone's nails?
Well, the only person I do now is you.
I know.
You are my one client.
Could you imagine doing someone's nails and dishing out, like, right, so he owns a yacht in the Caribbean, right, okay, well, we'll write that down for your divorce. Like, I mean, there could be market for two.
We have said this, there is a gap in the market. You know, have some advice, have a blow dry. Love that.
What? Aye. We'll take him to the cleanest feeds all.
Absolutely.
Do you want a wee bit of height in this and a wee bit of hairspray? Like, you know,
But do you know what? Like, imagine going through the worst situation in your life. You know, your marriage is broken down, you're having to sell the house, you don't know where the kids are going to live, you know, you're arguing over the dog and the cat and everything else in between, because let me tell you, custody over the animals is way worse than custody for the kids.
No.
Oh, honestly. I won't, you know, get into that, but yes, it's far
People
more
fight
difficult.
over a cat.
and the dogs, and who's paying for the medical bills of the animals, and it's a minefield in itself. But yeah, you're at this really low point, you're having a horrible time. Mate, you want to be sitting in the salon chair because you come out feeling $1 million.
Not fair.
And not only do you come out feeling $1 million, you've got the advice as to how you're going to solve this problem.
Right, we need a company back in it. It's called Legally Blonde.
Yes.
You're going to come in, get your big bouncy blow dry, get your makeup done, nails done. You're going on the pool tonight and we're going to sort your divorce in the background.
Absolutely.
Business plan sorted.
Mate,
There's a
over it.
gap in the market for that.
I genuinely think there is.
Can you imagine? Everyone would need to be in separate wee booths, so. Because otherwise you'd be like, Sandra, what? And then, there'd be people everywhere.
But you could work that though.
Right. Well, you can trademark that. I know how much you love IP law. Intellectual property, for those not listening, it's a little bit dry, a topic.
And for those of you that can't see my face, oh my God, no. No, thank you.
Yes.
No, thank you. IP law, I think, was one of our most hated modules. It was not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. It was very dry.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to be talking about, about designer brands and,
So the final question in the industry, could a client sue their hairdresser for simply not liking their haircut?
No, unfortunately not. You have paid for a service. You have asked your stylist to do, or presumably you've gone in with the photographs and went, hi, I'd like this. You're never, ever, ever, ever in a million years going to get the identical, picture. Mm-hmm. You guys have spoken about this loads of times. Just because you don't like it's not really enough. It's very different if, your hair breaks off and they burn you. They've damaged you as a person.
As a person. They've damaged your soul.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
No, but seriously though, if you're just not happy with how it looks, no, you can't sue them. What you could potentially do, I suppose, is you could go to Cis and Vice. You could, see trading standards if you maybe weren't happy with the service, maybe not the product that's provided, but perhaps the service as an option.
I'll obviously weigh in on this legally as well because I'm in both industries. Well, I was in the, but you see the money involved in suing a hairdresser for that, and the time, effort, the years it would take to do so, not worth it.
Well,
you'd actually better contacting the stylist or the salon owner or manager and saying, look, I came in on Tuesday, I wanted this, I don't feel like it's right, I don't feel like it was done well, blah, 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 and try and get a resolution within that salon, because there's maybe another stylist that would say, like, right, okay, I tell you what, I can do this. Yeah. Or the manager might refund you, or they might offer you an alternate. Like, if they've made a total mess of the haircut, they might offer you a free head of extensions to fix it until it grows out. There's always solutions. I think when people start looking down the American line of, I'm going to sue them, it's not going to work.
No. And I think what you're kind of touching on is what people should, that should be your first port of call. Go to the salon and say, look,
a court would ask
this
that
is what happened. I'm not really happy about this. Like, what can you do?
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, the salon owner or the person that's done the haircut will say, I'm really, really sorry. Here's how I can fix this situation. Because you want them to come back.
Yeah. And even if you feel like they can't come back, like I say, like, if there's more than one stylist, it doesn't need to be Karen that did the haircut. No. It can be Sheila that, isn't working the same day as Karen. There's always remedies for things. And if you thoroughly don't want that, they might then refund you the cost of the hair.
Absolutely.
So there's always a way.
Yeah, definitely. See your stylist first.
So the other thing is, like, obviously, like, people can leave negative reviews. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that can be done in regards to, like, if someone's just come out and decided to absolutely rip into the salon and, like, they got my pronouns wrong, they made my tea, it was cold, they've absolutely butchered my hair, and it's not true, is there anything you can do?
Potentially. You could perhaps, I suppose you could go down the defamation route, but then you would have to prove that the statements made were defamatory, which is a whole situation in itself.
Expensive, really expensive.
And, loads of firms offer legal aid. Are they going to offer legal aid for that? Probably not.
So for those listening that don't know what defamation is, that's the English version of slander. Scotland, it's called defamation.
Yeah. It can be a potentially costly thing to do.
And again, takes forever.
Yeah.
I think in my experience, again, tying both together, if you've got a bad review and you're at it, respond.
Yeah.
hi, we're really sorry. We did actually do this, and this for you. We then offered this, and this, but these weren't suitable. We're sorry you feel that way. Because the thing is, how many folk book a hotel to stay?
Absolutely.
And there's always bad reviews. Nobody ever
Well,
has
that's
100%
it.
good reviews.
That's it.
And you look at them and you're like, all right, well, Jack's moaning about the fact that the entertainment stopped at 12 and not 12:30. Is that going to put me off the hotel? No.
But do you
can
really want
tell.
the client that's reading those reviews and going, well, I'm not going to go there because of that one comment? No, they're not the clients you want.
No. Your vibe attracts your tribe. You want your gold
absolutely.
star clients.
You buy people. People buy people.
This is why as well, like sometimes when we'll get messages off someone saying like, I've been to 12 hairdressers and all of them wrecked my hair. No.
No.
You're a red flag.
Yeah.
I don't want you.
But
all
every industry
12
has
people
that. Every industry
manage-
has that.
It does. Like, so you can see your red flags straight
Yeah.
away because you're like, that.
Yeah.
I don't want you sitting there and
Yeah.
I'm your 13th. No. You're not happy in yourself.
Absolutely.
You don't like how you look, maybe not how your hair's sitting.
No. And that's not your fault.
No.
Or anyone
Then I
else's
can't
fault.
facelift
No.
you.
No. You absolutely can't. But people do buy people, and that's just the bottom line.
Yep. Thank you so much, Laura, for being on our episode today. I think that was really good. We've covered a bit of celebrity chat, covered a bit of hairdressing legality, covered a bit of like just general client questions. So obviously, we're hoping that you'll come on again, if you'll have us.
If you'll have me.
And if the public would like any legal situations discussed, then we will drop your firm's email address on this episode so that they can contact you directly, because I certainly don't want my inbox full of he said, she said, they said this. You can
How
deal
much
with
is
that.
my divorce going to be?
I know. Well, it could be up to 20 grand, mate. It depends.
Possibly.
Yeah. So we will do that. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for watching, listening, liking and subscribing. We will see you next week on Behind the Mirror.